Good afternoon, everyone. It is November the 5th, 2025. The next video I'm going to put up is a little bit different. I know that we've always hearing about tragic news, and I just wanted to put something a little more lighthearted after the last video that I've put up in the last series there of a tragedy and having to cope with trauma and that. And this is a much nicer video. It's a short video. It's about cleaning up, again, our community. And I know I've talked and I've shown other videos of how I go out and every spring we get together as volunteers. We go into our local parks here and we do clean up the garbage and rake the leaves in the fall and different things like that to help out. And which is really good because it's community getting together. And this is what I've always talked about, just how important community is. And this is giving community a little different view on it, and it's on our streets. And what's happening is that people have volunteered to go and clean up the streets this time. And what I'm so thrilled to see is that our Operation Go Home, which I've talked about, our homeless youth, and the funding in that we've been getting to try and keep our youth off the streets and that, they're involved in this. And we're seeing some of the youth also helping to clean up our streets, and they're getting a little taste of what community is about. So they're getting to see something other than just what they see with the drugs and the stabbings and the shooting up and everything else that goes on the streets that they have to put up with every single day that they see. They're seeing the flip side of what a community is, which is really good. And for them to be a part of it, you'll hear something from a person from the homeless population there, from our youth, and it's really inspirational how he feels about feeling something like they're a part of something. And that's one of the important things I've always tried to say, is when people don't feel like they belong or they're not a part of something, then they're led off into doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And this is what's also happening with our youth today. They're being pulled away with all the stress that's on them as well as what the stress that's on us as adults. It's not the same thing. Like I know I was talking in one of my meetings there that I have, and that this is a rocking chair conversations that I've talked about before, and just seniors talking about the difference of our way of life growing up to what the youth and what we're struggling with today. And this is one of the things that the youth have never really understood, just how important it is with intergenerational trauma, intergenerational, just being together. And like I said, I had my grandfather there, and that was one of the things we talked about, having the seniors. We had a lady come in to the meeting, and she's dealing with seniors and trying to do this and bring the intergenerational together. And I think it's beautiful that this is happening. And so we were talking about, well, what did we do? Well, we didn't just put our people in old age homes and that. We turned around and they lived with us. And I was explaining, yes, I mean, as a family, as a community, we would have barbecues as a community. Yes, growing up, we had the dining room, and that's where we sat. We ate our meals, we discussed things. But having my grandfather living with us, all the wonderful talks that I used to have with him, because after we ate our meal, we cleaned off the table. My mom and dad would go do the dishes. We'd bring out the crokinole board, and my grandfather and I would sit there and have games of crokinole and talk about all different things, his way of life and what had happened to him when he was younger. So I had this sort of thing, and which the youth don't have. But this particular video is just very good in the fact that it's bringing the youth together in a beautiful way. It's bringing the community together, and our youth are seeing a little different side of the story, that things can be better than what it is, or where their situation is right now. There's hope, and that's what I've always tried to bring in. So I'm going to just put up this video, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and everyone be safe, take care, and we'll talk to you again soon, and bye-bye.